Welcome to Quick Rip. Big B here with you. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. So we had Knucklemania 4 go down April 27th, live from Los Angeles, California. West Coast fights. It was an interesting night. I'm going to go through the card top to bottom here and kind of make my opinion on each and every fight that happened through the main card as well as the prelims. And pitter patter, let's get at her. Main event going down at Knucklemania 4, we had Mike Perry. Yes, Platinum Mike Perry. He was taking on Thiago Alves. Perry was 4-0 going in. Thiago was 2-0. Of course, Alves was coming off the shelf after nearly 3 years. Seemed like kind of a random fight for Thiago. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Perry just runs through Alves here. Under a minute. I don't know, man. Disappointment was kind of a theme of the night for me personally. And I'll get more into that as we go through each and every fight. This one, I just thought it was going to be more. I mean, not to take anything away from Perry. He did hit Alves with a good shot. But we all know Alves is more of a dog than that. I don't know. Maybe what Perry was saying about Thiago just being there for the payday was right. And I don't know. I kind of get that feeling now that I saw it unfold. I hate to say that about a legend with Thiago Alves, but I mean, it is what it is. Not quite the fight I was hoping for, but Mike Perry does move to 5-0 in BKFC. Who knows what's next? Hopefully something a little bit more exciting than what we had here at Knucklemania 4. Before I move on to the co-main event, I just did want to say that the biggest news of the night at Knucklemania 4 was, of course, Conor McGregor announcing that he is part owner of BKFC now. So, of course, no details. Who knows how much percent? No clue. But, hey, to have him as part owner, no matter how small the chunk even, that's huge for the promotion and can only help them going forward. With that said, let's move on. Co-main event, we had a heavyweight title fight. Mick Terrell defending his belt against the one and only Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. Terrell was 7-1 going in. Hunt was 11-1. Of course, Hunt moving up to try and get that 3-belt status and cement himself as the GOAT of BKFC. One word I could say about this one, fuck. That's all I can say here, folks. The fight was just really getting going. Terrell did get the knockdown, and when Hunt fell, as you can see from the pictures, he ended up dislocating his elbow when he fell. He fell awkwardly on his arm, and the fight was over. Terrell wins. Mick Terrell wins via TKO, first round, retains his belt. As I say, disappointment, kind of the theme of the night. Not disappointed that Terrell won, just disappointing in the fashion that the fight ended. Next, we had the featured bout at Knucklemania 4 with heavyweight Ben Rothwell, Big Ben, making his squared circle return. He was facing Todd Duffy. Now, this fight was scheduled a while back. I mean, let's be honest, this two heavyweights in combat sports, the names have come close a couple of times. Years in the making is what I'm trying to say. And you know what? Maybe it was too many years in the making because, oh boy. Duffy gets dropped right away, gets up, and gets injured. Apparently a shoulder injury. I mean, nothing. You couldn't actually see anything on his shoulder. That's not to say he wasn't injured. I'm definitely not saying that. But shoulder injury stops the fight 40 something seconds into the scrap. I mean, blah. Oh, blah. What the fuck is going on? What is in the air there in California other than smog? Um, and the other question is did Duffy really want to be there? I don't know. I mean, only he knows for sure. But yet, kind of another disappointing end to what should have been an awesome scrap. Continuing on the main card here, we had Alfredo Angulo versus Jeremiah Riggs. Now Angulo was making his BKFC debut. He has a vast background in gloved boxing, and it definitely showed the dude is as tough as they fucking come. He was taking on Jeremiah Riggs, who sat 2-2 going into this one, and holy shit, holy shit. To me, this one was now the post-fight press conference is probably just going on right now because I am recording this minutes after the event ended. So, but this one for me personally was fight of the night. I mean, Riggs came out and absolutely unleashed, and how Alfredo Angulo survived that, I will never know. I honestly will never fucking know. Um, and then Angulo comes back, a clean right hand, and it's game over. Wow. Angulo with the knockout victory. Fuck me running. Absolutely insane. And he did state that he wants to go for that belt. So that is an indication that he's going to stick around here in bare knuckle. And if he does, what an addition to the roster. Knucklemania 4 also saw the return of Julian Let Me Bang Lane, 5-7 going into this one. He was taking on Evgeny Kurdanov, who was sitting 4-1 in bare knuckle. Again, folks, disappointment all around. Kurdanov ends up bucking his bicep up and couldn't continue after the first round. I mean, again, things were just getting started, and another injury. Fuck. Uh, I don't know. That's all I have to say about that one. The lone female fight at Knucklemania 4, we saw Crystal Pittman, who sat 2-3, going up against Sydney Smith, who was 1-1. Now, this was taking place at bantamweight, so do keep that in mind. Nothing to say here, really, other than Pittman ran through Smith here. 48-second knockout victory for Rugged Beauty. It was a beautiful display by Pittman. I'm not taking anything away from her. Absolutely not. She went in there and did her job, and probably won herself a bonus for doing her job so well. It was just nasty. It was nasty fucking shots from Rugged, and that was it. There's not much to say. 48-second knockout. Really, the only thing I can say about this is Sydney Smith. Listen, hardcore fans know how fucking tough this woman is, and we have to get her fighting at her proper weight class. No more of this bullshit. Okay, let's get her in her proper weight class and give her fights in her proper weight class, and then we'll see what she's really about. We also had a bantamweight scrap, which honestly could also be in the running for fight of the night. Here we had David Diaz, who's 2-1 going in. He was taking on the debuting Shane Jordan, and you know what? Diaz is a fucking animal. Jordan fought damn near a perfect fight for what, 3.5 rounds? And then Diaz absolutely took over. Domination, basically, once Diaz could get inside. You know what, folks? I hate to say it, but this was another disappointing ending. because this one ends in a draw. Absolutely brutal. Um, I have no doubt in my mind that Diaz would have taken it. Would it have gone to a 6th round? But obviously, it's not a main event. It's not a title fight. So, and I don't know what the rules are there in California about a 6th round even. It sucks. Sucks for everybody involved there. I mean, those two guys went out there and fought their fucking asses off. Um, just just to have it a draw. More disappointment at Knucklemania 4. But you know what? It's not. It was out of anybody's control. I mean, it just is what it is. Knucklemania 4 from Los Angeles, California also saw a lightweight scrap. Andrew Angelcore, who sat 3-0 and 1 draw. He was taking on Ruben War, who was 1-0 going in. Now, I thought this was a good even scrap, folks. But honestly, it lacked any real wow factor. I mean, there were no like holy fuck moments, nothing like that. Just not a lot to get the crowd involved. In the end, Angel Core gets the split decision. Honestly, it could have gone either way. In opening up the main card at Knucklemania 4, we had a bantamweight fight between Daniel Alvarez, who was 1-2 going in. He was taking on the debuting Victor Rosas. And you know what? Rosas came out on fire. 2 knockdowns in the first, which was absolutely huge. But it wasn't enough. I mean, Daniel Alvarez is he's fucking tough, and he proved it tonight. TKO doctor stoppage at the end of the 4th round. Rosas' eye was absolutely jacked. They had no choice but to stop this fight. So that does it for the main card at Knucklemania 4. We did have 3 prelims, or free views as BKFC likes to call them. I'll just quickly run down those. We had a light heavyweight scrap between 2 debuting fighters. Vincent Familari versus Fernando Gonzalez. You know what, folks? This was a decent fight. Nothing super exciting. Again, no real wow factor. Nothing to get us riled up. But I thought it was a good style matchup. Stylistically, they just seemed like a good matchup. It was more of a game of chess out there in this one. But obviously, in the end, Familiarity gets the unanimous decision through 5 rounds. I don't know. I don't know, folks. It just was. What would have been the second fight of the night there at Knucklemania 4? We had a lightweight scrap. Tommy Aaron versus Richard Brooks. Both men were debuting in BKFC. And again, I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. I'm just being honest. I mean, this was a gong show of a fight right here. We had takedowns involved. We had apparent strikes to grounded opponents, which in the replay, it turned out to be nothing. But man, what the fuck? Tommy Aaron takes the second round TKO. I don't know. It was another just blah. In opening up the prelims at Knucklemania 4, we had a cruiserweight scrap. Keith Richardson versus Cody Vidal. Richardson was 1-0 going into this one. He just fought like maybe a month and a half ago. Quick turnaround for him. Vidal was making his debut. I thought this was a great opening fight. You know what? Vidal dealt major damage to Richardson, but Keith's heart and no quit attitude got him the TKO doctor stoppage in the third round. I mean, both these guys were a mess. It was just a great opening fight. Unfortunately, it didn't really seem to set the tone for the rest of the night, in my opinion. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Knucklemania 4, because maybe I was just hyped. Maybe I was just too hyped for it. I don't know. Personally, I thought it underdelivered. Just the way that the fights ended. There were no actual clean knockouts. I don't know. It was such a huge card. In my opinion, it just should have been so much fucking better. Not to say I didn't enjoy the evening. I mean, I always enjoy an evening of bare knuckle, and when you've got even fucking big names and all these MMA outlets and everything reporting on it. I mean, it's awesome for the sport, but if you're not a regular watcher, this was not a normal night for the promotion. It was just wacky, absolutely fucking wacky, and not necessarily wacky in a good way. Anyway, that's all I got for the Knucklemania 4 recap and results. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on. Let's support the little guy here, because I know all the major outlets are going to be reporting on this, and chances are my video is just going to get buried, but I got to do a video, man, to just vent. So anyway, I'm done venting. Till next time, everybody, take care and peace. I think the trip from all over the train.